So first of all, for Mike, how is the Golden State Tour changing for 2013?
Just trying to give you the PGA Tour atmosphere, the type of event that a professional looking to move up in his career is looking for. I mean, that's really what we're all about. We're at this point. We've always kind of been that in the back of our minds, but maybe never provided it in terms of what the expectations were from the players. And I think we're doing that now. I mean, that's the intent. That's the goal. That's the quality of the courses that we're putting together, the fields that we're trying to put together, the caliber of player we want to come here and play the variety of courses we have in California. That really is the goal.
What do you think, Ed?
Mike pretty well hit on it. We're trying to, our goal is not to, our goal is to get these guys to the next level. And the only way to get them to the next level is try to put them at that level at this level, which is make them feel like they're playing in a big event. Change of venues, quality of golf courses. We're getting more quality players out here now, I think is what's going to make it work.
And the traveling will add something into that as well.
Absolutely. I mean, we're here at Verona now, and it's the first event of the year, and we're seeing more players stick around and practice than we do in a regular 36-hole event that we put on, or even some of our 3-day events we've done in the past couple of years. They just haven't had the importance of improving your game, whereas the last couple of days here, there's guys that are on the range till dark, and that's what they need to feel like they're doing. They're doing the right thing.
Yeah, no, I noticed the same thing, and I was surprised, but very pleasantly so.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a great feeling. It creates the atmosphere that's right.
Absolutely. Do you think mini tour golf in general does a good job at preparing good players for the next level in this country anyway?
I think so. I think as long as you're competing, you have the ability to get better. There's no question. I mean, I've heard PGA Tour players come back and say it doesn't matter where you compete. It's a matter of getting your mind right and competing. So I think they definitely have a need for this level and this atmosphere, albeit it's not bells and whistles. It's basically golf, and you figure out how to do it on your own before you can move along.
Well, I think that's very true, and doing it on your own, I think, is a very important point to make.
It brings the perspective of it all into place as you're doing everything. I mean, and that's key.
So how have tour sponsors reacted, or have they reacted at all, to a change in format, a change in approach?
The few that we have like the change. There hasn't been a negative thing about it. And what we've tried to do is change all aspects of our image in terms of website, presentation of the facilities, and getting the better golf courses, but more importantly, just getting the atmosphere to change, getting the feeling and the vibe toward the Golden State Tour to be that it is the right place for the player that's moving along.
Now, I think one of the very best things you've instituted is a practice round day before the tournament proper, and unfortunately we haven't had it this week, but that's going to be there for every tournament, and I think that lends itself then to sponsors to be able to show off things to players who are a little bit more relaxed.
Absolutely. That's a day for guys to try and test things and see what looks right and feels right. I mean, that's what they do at the PGA Tour level, and that's why they're not there Thursday through Sunday.
Absolutely.
They're there Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So, no question.
And do you think that there are any of the larger companies that might be interested in sponsoring these kinds of events, not specifically Golden State, but any mini tour events of this nature?
I think they should. I mean, how can I say I don't? I mean, I think they should. I think they don't realize what they're missing in terms of getting a player on the rise, or potentially on the rise. I mean, the caliber of player here is incredible in terms of the talent, and you can take a handful of these guys that are even former PGA Tour players and put them on the PGA Tour, and there'd be no difference in their game. Maybe just in their approach, maybe just in their inexperience, but overall, no difference in their game.
No, I think there are quite a number of players on Golden State Tour that have PGA Tour experience
Absolutely.
and are quite successful in Monday qualifying for Web.com and PGA Tour.
Yeah, we have one of our players in the Torrey Pines event this week.
Yes.
So
Nigel, on that point, I think that a lot of the players out here are sponsored by major club manufacturers and stuff, but I think they're missing the boat by not helping the tours.
So a lot of them are sponsored in the way of
equipment.
we'll give you
Yeah.
free equipment, or we'll give you equipment for cost minus 30%,
Right.
or that kind of thing.
Sure.
But it's certainly, I mean, even PGA Tour we're seeing, or on the major tours we're seeing people lose sponsorship because they pull out. So in terms of aspiring players, people who aspire to play on the PGA Tour, why would they choose the Golden State Tour over other mini tours that are around? What do you think the Golden State Tour brings to the table that perhaps other tours don't?
Well, I think we bring a year-round opportunity. I think we bring a change of conditions from week to week potentially. I mean, we could have a desert site one week and a coastal site the next, and a tree-lined course the next. The variety, the ability to go to play in the rain some weeks and battle those elements as well as having sunshine and enjoying that part of it. It's not the same type of golf course week in and week out, and we have some quality golf courses up and down the state that are on our schedule.
No, I think that's very true. I think that changing the types of golf courses that players are experiencing is a very important way to bring people forward.
Right.
I get the impression, talking to some of the players, that they're a little resistant to playing in different conditions every week.
Well, they're on their own. They're battling the elements on their own. They don't have a caddy to handle these things, or maybe they haven't played some of these types of courses. Maybe they're not desert oriented with Bermuda greens and that type of thing. Some guys don't like Poana greens. I mean, for many reasons, and it's just a matter of what you're comfortable with. So sure, some courses players don't like. That's a given. They're not going to fit their eye no matter what.
But certainly the ability to try lots of different styles of golf course, I think, is an advantage.
Absolutely.
The more experience you've got of that kind of thing, the more you're going to be
Finding
prepared
out what
for.
fits you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Always liken it to AA baseball, where you're on the bus, you're carrying your own, you're doing your own laundry. You don't have the same things that Major League Baseball has. It's the same thing. You learn it all here to appreciate it more when you get there.
I think that's a good analogy. Okay, well that's about all I've got to ask you. Thank you both for spending the time to
Absolutely.
come and talk about this kind of stuff.
We appreciate you doing this.
Thank you, Nigel.
Thanks, guys.
Absolutely.